Everybody loved that girl. When I first walked in,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what is that song again?
Release yourself. Release yourself. Release yourself.
I used to love that song.
Yeah.
That was like one of my favorites. And just the hook itself. It was good.
Because Method Man's the top dog of Wu-Tang Clan. Everybody knows that. Welcome, everybody, to Unfiltered Marriage. It's Tuesday night, and you're here with us. How's everybody doing? Jess, this is your show. Please.
Well, I mean, you jumped in real quick, so I was giving you a minute.
You didn't even know we were,
I was giving you your few minutes. Here we are, guys, Tuesday, of course, and we are so happy that Nicole was able to make it here. We made her get a test before she came.
AIDS test.
Test. We made her get a COVID test. Came up negative, so she's allowed to be here.
That one did, but...
The other tests.
Syphilis and the gonorrhea.
Oh, my God.
Another story.
The case, she has like that... No, really, let me just for a second. Did you see my beautiful glass?
I did. It's
Cheers, my beautiful bestie.
Love it.
She got that
Gorgeous.
for my birthday, and she gave it to me early because she's amazing.
Is she?
Yeah, she's like the best ever.
She is.
We love Nicole. What do you want to say? You've been gone. What do you want to say?
I'm just glad to be back. I missed everybody.
We missed you too. Of
Yes.
course.
I needed some grown-up time.
Oh, my God.
Out of the fucking house.
Josh was totally missing you.
Oh,
Where's
yeah.
Nicole? Hottie Nicole. Hottie Nicole.
I saw him comment on your picture today, right?
Again, that's the second
Yeah.
comment. He commented when I posted it, and then he commented again today.
I love
he's such
it.
a sly dog, that Josh.
He's very persistent, and if you're ever in Pigeon Forge, I think that should be a phone call you make.
Yeah,
What
absolutely.
up,
It
Phil? How are
should
you,
be.
baby?
Pigeon Forge over the summer.
What up, Devious?
Were you really?
Yeah, I went to Dollywood or Dollywood.
Oh, yeah, he lives close to there.
Dolly
Yeah.
World? Is it Dolly Parton's World?
Man,
Did
Josh.
Did you get to see her?
No, it's
Oh.
her
No,
theme
but
park.
yeah, it's her theme park.
I have always...
We stayed on her resort.
I remember when I was
Cap,
younger.
you made it. I love you.
I remember when I was younger, I thought that was like a fake thing that like people just joked about, like Dollywood. Like I didn't think it was a real.
Like you thought that's her nickname?
What is it, like roller coasters and shit?
Yeah.
Really?
It's a lot of fun.
Like a
It's
Six
lot of
Flags?
fun.
That's so.
Yeah.
It's so weird that she decided to just open an amusement park. Like out of all
It's been there for
things,
years.
I know. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, they talked about it.
Like that sentence, look at the fun bags on that hose hound.
Yeah.
That's what it was. She wanted to show the
Her
fun bags.
resort is really, really nice. There's like butterflies and guitars everywhere.
Really?
What?
In her theme park, she has
Like a picture or guitars?
Like both. Like she has her actual guitars on display.
Oh,
like,
her guitars.
But like there's like butterflies and guitars everywhere. Like her whole I don't know what you call that. Like her insignia or whatever. Like her.
You know she's all tatted up, right?
She is?
Yeah. That's
Underneath?
why she always wears sleeves. You never see her in short
Oh.
sleeves. She's tatted the fuck up.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
love her. She was always awesome.
There's an
She was-
interview where she talks about it.
Yeah, really? I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
I not a huge blonde guy, but Dolly Parton was like,
That's because her tits.
probably.
You love her tits.
No, but she's got a pretty face too. She does have a pretty face.
Yeah, no, she does. Yeah, Dolly
Yeah.
Parton was always awesome. I loved it.
Yeah.
I was into it.
But yeah, it probably was though. Those giant knockers of hers, like they're just.
He has such a thing for boobs.
Are her tits real?
Yes.
No.
They,
Yes.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
I think they
She's
are.
had them since I'm a kid.
Yeah. She's had implants.
I'm
No,
looking
but
it
she
up.
had those even in the 70s.
I'm gonna look it up 'cause I don't
and,
believe it.
She's had those
I
forever.
promise you, those boobs are not real.
Google.
Listen, don't be a hater, Dolly
Oh,
Parton.
I am not a hater.
I'm kidding.
Google it.
I'm
Dolly
doing it.
Parton's boobs real. I think they are though.
I think they are
yeah.
too.
I think there's no way in hell anybody's.
And Kenny Rogers died recently. She must have been devastated.
Yeah.
Because they did that song, Islands in the Stream, that is what we are.
Oh, okay. 73 and still owning it. She said, I didn't grow them this big. So they are fake.
Oh, all right. Wow, she went huge.
She's being honest. Look, I mean, when you look at her here, this is like, holy,
Yeah, she's
they're huge.
She's like bigger than
Yeah.
porno
They're
people.
huge,
They're
yeah.
gigantic.
It's
Make no
crazy,
mistake,
like, in her theme park, she has a like they recreated what her childhood home was,
Yeah.
and it was literally like this little one, not even a one bedroom, like a one room shack.
Yeah, yeah.
A little.
She
shack.
was hot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
19
She's got a
look at
pretty
that.
face.
She was beautiful. I
Yeah.
mean, she still is beautiful, but in 1960s,
I know, and
she
she's
was
75,
gorgeous.
and you look at her and you're like, wow, like that's
But she's got
amazing.
money, like.
Yeah, and makeup, and we're seeing her on camera, but still, for 75, she held up pretty fucking well. So
Wow. I think I always thought they were real. So Dolly, I was always on your side.
let's go from one singer to another.
Go.
Justin Timberlake the other day. Like, the celebrities just need to shut up at this point. Stay off the internet. Stay off social media. Just shut up. 24-hour parenting isn't human.
That's what he wrote.
Yeah. Well, for 99% of us, Justin, it is. That's
Nobody
what you
has 6
do.
nannies.
Yeah, we don't have nannies and.
It's like that asshole Sam Smith that was on fucking social media yesterday, the day before, crying about how he's stuck isolated in his fucking $12 million home in the fucking UK.
Yeah.
Listen, fuck you and fuck every motherfucking celebrity that's sitting here, stay home, save lives. First of all, fuck you because I am staying home.
No.
for most
Yes,
saving
of course.
lives. This
Yes,
is like
of
the
course.
First time I've been out of my house. Number one. Number two, you live in a motherfucking mansion. You have a fucking indoor pool.
You send people to
have
go food shopping for
have a
you.
fucking tennis court. You have a fucking arcade in your goddamn home. You have
Well,
your own club in your fucking home.
Yeah.
I mean, like
the original
arcade,
games.
yeah.
arcade.
Yeah.
No, yeah, absolutely.
You don't need to leave your house on a normal fucking day without a goddamn pandemic. So who the fuck are you to preach to everybody else?
And-
fuck you.
Right, and also though, right, as they're doing that, you guys got to be careful. And Madonna's in her fucking $8,000 bathtub, and they're all however much it is.
More than that, Jess.
Well, however much it is, I'm just.
$8 million
Yeah,
$80,000
whatever it
bathtub.
is, all right, whatever it is, they're sitting in a way different position than all of us. They're not going, how am I going to pay my bills next month? They're not saying, how am I going to get food in the house? They're fucking having, go get me food, drop it at my door. You know, we're staying, you don't
probably have a
even know
live-in
what
chef.
it feels like.
They probably have a live-in
You don't
chef.
even know what it feels like at all to be us. So please stop sending us messages like, we want to be here for you. Send me a check.
Yeah.
Send me a
How-
fucking
yeah.
check.
Be like
How come we're
Taylor
not-
Swift.
how come-
Taylor Swift went online and was like, she saw like some of her fans crying about how they don't know how they're going to pay her rent. So she fucking was sitting there Venmoing people, how can I send you $12,000?
No joke.
That's
Yes.
good. That's awesome. That's the
That
first
is
story
fucking
I've heard like
awesome.
that, and I was just about to say, how come I'm not hearing the stories of this celebrity donated this celebrity donated that? Where are all those
Yeah,
stories?
she spent like over $100,000 donating to fans that she
100,000 or 100,000? Oh, 100,000. Yeah. Okay.
Wait,
No,
100,000
for a
or
second-
100,000?
No, for a second I heard 100 million.
I had to say it.
I'm like, wait a second, 100. I thought million for a
I was thinking
second.
like, yeah, because 12,000.
Yeah. No,
But
for some reason, million
it's true
jumped in
though,
my head.
and
I
at
was
the
like,
end of the
whoa.
day, like we're all dealing with this together, and there are a lot of families that are worse off. So thank God, I say thank God every day for my house, my home, my hardworking husband who still is essential and working every fucking day. Okay, and here I am getting myself suited up to go food shopping, and I go, all right, I got 150 to spend here today. I have 100 because we don't have money like that while I'm not doing any work or anything, and it's kind of fucking hard that you go out there. We're struggling with 3 kids, and you're up there going, don't worry, it's going to be fine. Be kind to yourself, and all will be
Well,
fine.
he said this in an isolated ranch in like North Dakota. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you're in your 4th house that's in the middle of nowhere,
Right.
safe from everything, and the balls to say 24-hour parenting isn't human. What do you think every parent does? My wife is a 24-hour mother. 24 hours, whether she's asleep or not, she'll get woken up, mommy, and she gets up and does what she needs to do. I can't say I'm a 24-hour parent because I'm at work half the day, but when I'm home, I still parent my kids. I don't go, nanny, take care of this. Like that, you probably don't see your kids half the fucking year.
Absolutely,
Like,
yeah.
Whether being on the road or making a movie or whatever the case may be, you go weeks without seeing your children. I've never gone weeks without seeing my kids. None of us probably have. So to sit there and write on social media as if everyone's going to be like, you're right, Justin. No. You're not right. You're a fucking idiot. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you
Stop
and fuck your life.
rubbing it in our faces where you're fucking quarantined. Thank you.
Oh, poor you. You don't have your nanny with you.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh my God, you got to spend time with your own children.
Well, exactly.
It's ridiculous
Like-
to me. Like every day, Valentina's 4, she's going to be 5. My son is 10, and Anna's 20. Not one day goes by that I'm not running circles around all 3 of them for them. And then my house, and then my work, and then my husband. This is what I wanted to do. That's why I had children.
Seriously, like,
You
I
know,
don't
like-
care how much money, if I could be a fucking multimillionaire, I would still be a hands-on mom. With
Hell
my
yeah.
kids
Yeah.
every fucking step of the way.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nobody's raising my kids but me.
That was the agreement we made when we had Valentina. He's like, you're not working. I want you home with her. We're not getting a nanny.
Well, I didn't say it like that.
No, he was
you
like,
know, but-
no, he said it more like,
You're staying home, bitch.
he more like was, baby, I don't want you to have to work. I want you to stay home with her. Like, that's what we're going to do. And I was like, okay, let's rock and roll. And I left the salon. I left the salon 4 years ago. 5 years ago, I left the salon. But for me, it was more or less what's going to be the best for her. Now that she's home, I'm doing sight words every day. We're doing happy numbers every day. She's doing ABC Mouse to learn to read. She read 6 books today. She's 4.
That's awesome.
It's but this is what I wanted to do. My daughter wakes me up 7 nights a week at between 3 and 5 in the morning. She comes in my room. Mom, can you come sleep with me? Absolutely. I grab my water and my blanket and I go. Every morning he kisses me before work in her bed.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't I? It's a twin. I can fit. And how long is she actually going to want to sleep next to me?
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah,
You know?
Scott, to answer you, Scott's in the chat.
Gina's here.
We don't put our personal life out there like that. Like, I keep my personal life very private and separated from what I do here because I just don't want my kids involved in it. I don't want their pictures out there. They don't need to be involved in it in any way, and people are just assholes sometimes, and they'll use your kids against you. So I just made sure that they avoid anything that has to do with the podcast other than us bringing them up occasionally. Now, just so you know, we have a 20-year-old, our oldest daughter, we have a 10-year-old son, and we have a 4-year-old daughter. I have 3 kids, and they're all lovely, and I love them to
Yes.
death.
They're amazing.
They are my favorite people on the planet.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. So, all in all, everybody, stop fucking posting these pictures if you're a goddamn millionaire. And if you are, I want you to say, first 10 people who email me, I'm sending you $10,000. Then I'll go, you're a good fucking person, Eric. All right. As you're sitting on millions of dollars. How many millions do they make a movie?
Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel have more money than God.
Yeah, they do. They
Yeah.
do.
Like, his music career was insane. Now he's doing movies and voiceover and trolls, and he's fucking caked up beyond over. He's got to be worth anywhere between 100 to 250 mil.
So crazy.
I would think, like in that ballpark.
Yeah, and
He's
they have
NSYNC.
a lot. Yeah.
And NSYNC was smart. After their first album, they were like, "Fuck you" to that guy, Lou
Yeah.
Perlman.
Yeah, I know who you're
They were
talking
like, "Fuck you, you're robbing us," and they went on their own, and that's when they did the No Strings Attached.
Yeah.
And they were the ones making the money now on their music, and No Strings Attached was their biggest fucking album, and they killed it with that shit. And his music career, forget it.
Oh,
Once he
yeah.
left,
His music career made more money than
yeah,
they ever did.
he was a monster. So that kid's got a lot of fucking money.
Sold his movies.
And he's been doing it since he's, what, 18, 17? He was a
No,
young
he's been
fucking
doing-
kid.
he's been-
No, I mean making
Mickey
money,
Mouse
though.
Club.
Yeah, making money. Mickey Mouse Club's
Mickey,
not money.
that's right, with Britney.
Yeah.
Ow. Oh, shit.
No, you don't make money on that shit.
No.
All right, what do you got? I'll let you get to some
All
of
right,
this stuff.
so I wanted to really quick talk about Weird Al.
Yeah.
So this weekend, Rocky introduced Because I'm Fat, and he
Well,
introduced...
no, first it was Eat It.
Yes, just eat it,
Yeah.
and because I'm fat, I'm fat. Well, anyway, my kids both were, Lewis and Val were laughing. They were like, what is this? And I'm like, unless you know the real song, you don't get it, but to them it was funny anyway.
But I would show them. Like, I showed them Beat It, and then I showed them Eat It. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I showed them Fat. But Fat, you could just show the video because he's in the fat suit.
And he's
you know,
dancing around.
It's silly. But then I showed him the Teen Spirit one.
I
And
was
they,
just going to say Teen Spirit and Amish Paradise. I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
but they
Amish
don't
Parad-
even know what Amish people are.
Yeah,
so it would be so out of context for them.
But playing that, right, I'm laughing. It was so funny to watch these making fun of another artist. And I said to Rocky, nobody can do that now. Nobody can do that now. Nobody can sing a song because I'm fat.
Oh, yeah, no. In the
You
fat
can't do that
suit,
now.
No
It was
way.
funny then, and plus because he was making fun of Michael Jackson, it was funny. But he was making fun then. But now, if he did that, it's like what you would
Everyone would
be.
be like, that's so insensitive
You
to
can't do-
overweight people.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Oh, no fucking
just
way.
eat it. That too. Like I mean, those were just so funny. He was so funny. UHF was
The
it?
Weird Al's music, I could, take a leap. But UHF, if you've never watched UHF, it is one of the funniest fucking movies ever made. It's the Weird Al movie.
it's his movie.
Kramer's in it. Weird Al.
Kramer's
Fran
in it.
Drescher's in it. Richie April's in it from
Yeah.
Sopranos, and
Yeah.
a bunch of other people that
You
you,
say
would
Richie
recognize.
Aprile. That's not his real name. So
No,
like, who's Richie Aprile?
I don't know his real name, but
Yeah.
if you know Sopranos, the one Janis shot.
Yeah.
But it is hysterically funny, and they have like parts where it's just snippets. So they have like a commercial because he runs a TV station, like a very low budget local UHF. Remember UHF on the knob TVs? There was regular TV and then UHF channels. You don't remember that?
No, I was never
So-
allowed to touch the channel.
He ends up running the station,
I really wasn't.
so he'll put on like.
That would beat my ass.
Yeah, right. We
Yeah.
know.
But he makes his own shows. Like he has this like kids show, and there's one part where he rolls up to the kid and he's all happy. He's like, "Hey, what's your name?" And he's like, "Billy." And he's like, "Hey, Billy, how you doing?" And Billy just looks at him and goes, and he spits right in and the loogie's dripping off his fucking nose, and he's just like, "What the fuck?" And then there's the commercial Spatula City for all your spatula needs. And it's this whole warehouse filled with
Of
spatulas.
spatulas.
But the more they keep going with it, it becomes funnier. Like at first you're like, this is, but once you like get what the movie's doing, it
Yeah.
is fucking
It is really funny.
hilarious. It
Yeah.
really is one of my favorite comedies of all time.
I just thought, yeah, I'll make sure I text you to remind you to watch it. But it just brought me back to of like, what happened to just being able to just take a joke?
Yeah.
What happened to just be able to just be funny and not have somebody criticize you? Let's jump right now to one of my favorites, Louis C.K.
Oh, yeah.
Louis C.K. came out with a special.
Hold on. You don't know who Louis C.K. is? Seriously?
He's the one that the girls were saying he jerked off in front of them, and
He's got red hair?
they wanted to sue him for jerking off in front of them in his hotel room that they went inside of.
They would go back to his hotel room, right?
Yeah.
And when they would get there, now Louis has some power. You know what I mean? His show is very successful. He's one of the biggest stand-ups of all time, honestly. And people think that he abused his power and put women in positions where they couldn't say no. So they would go back to the room and he would say, "Hey, you mind if I jerk off in front of you?" The girl would say yes.
And he would do it.
And he would do it. And then years later, they decided
It's harassment.
It was I didn't like it, and I didn't want to be there. And it's like, well, if you didn't, you should have left. One girl was like, he did it with me on the phone. Then hang up.
Yeah, right. First of all, why are you going back? What is the whole going back to the room? You were going to go back to the room to probably fuck him because that's what girls do with famous people. And now he says, "Can I jerk off in front of you?" You said, "Yeah, no problem." And then the Me Too thing came out, and she goes, "You know what? I'm going to sue him and get this because there's no way a guy is going to tell me." He's going to tell me, "Can I take out my dick and jerk off?" And I go, "Yeah, sure." And sit there. If I don't want to watch, I'd be
First
like,
of all,
"No, bro, I'm fucking out of here."
Can we just get this straight for every woman watching?
Go ahead.
Every single one of you watching, listening, whatever.
It was funny, and I loved paying for it. He deserved it.
If you're in a hotel, if you're in a situation with a guy and he goes, "Hey, want to go back to my hotel room?" That means, do you want to come and fuck?
Yes.
That's what that
Always.
means. And if you think it means something else, you're wrong. So if you don't want to fuck, say, "No, I'm good." Otherwise, his intent is to fuck. That's why he's asking you back to the room.
Hotel
He's not
room.
asking you back to eat hamburgers and fucking play cards. He wants to fuck.
Patty cake
That's the
and
expectation.
hopscotch.
So any girl, either you're so fucking stupid and naive that you didn't know that, or you're a fucking liar.
Yeah.
Those are the two options, because there's no other option, because no girl's stupid enough to sit there and go, "Oh, he's inviting me back to his room. I wonder what he wants to do there."
I'm going to watch some TV and play some Uno.
Like, you're clearly adults that...
Not for nothing. If he's a fucking celebrity, you don't know how big his fucking place is. Maybe he's got a party back there. I wouldn't.
Not
necessarily-
Louis, no. He's
I
not
would
that
definitely,
type of
if
guy.
some guy asked me, no matter famous or not, "You want to go back to this hotel room?"
Hotel,
I know he wants
not
to
my
fuck.
place. Hotel.
Well, yeah, but still. They
What
have
party
fucking
is he
parties
going to
at
have at
hotels.
his hotel room that he's not there?
Yeah, right, exactly.
No, I'm not saying that he wouldn't be there, but some
No, but if you
celebrities
know
have-
Louis, that's not him. He's not a party. He doesn't like people. If he had two people around him, he'd be annoyed.
The thing is this, okay? I have, not even joking, full-fledged, okay, been in a position where I was going to hook up, and this guy took his dick out, and not only was it uncircumcised, but it was crooked, and it was really fucking gross looking, and I looked at him and I was like, "I'm sorry, I can't do this." And I walked out.
Yeah.
I walked out. I wasn't going to just do it because he's like, "We're here now." I was like, "Sorry, I can't do this," and I just left.
And he didn't keep them at their will. There was no aggression. There was nothing except, "Can I jerk off in front of you?" And they said yes.
Listen, dude, like you can leave. It's not like he put his hand on the door and said, "Watch me."
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Do you want to watch me jerk off?" Because that's what he likes. And she was like, "Okay." Now you want to be mad about it?
And trust me, you can kind of get a sense of people. And Louis is not the type of guy that if you went, "No, actually, I don't want to do that," where he'd be like, "Well, too fucking bad. It's happening." He doesn't come across that way at all. He has two daughters who he loves very fucking much. And he doesn't come across to me as an aggressive. And it wasn't an aggressive situation. None of the girls were like, "He forced me to be there." Or
No.
they were just like, "I feel like he took advantage of me." Well,
Do you think that's
Well,
taking
you-
advantage?
but you were going to take advantage of him and get your way for whatever you were trying to do with your career, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay for you to use him,
Right.
But it's not okay for him to ask you and consensually masturbate in front of you. That's not okay.
And did he finish in front of them, I'd ask?
I would assume. I
So
hope
they sat the whole time.
I would. Yeah,
So
that's what I mean. None of them
uncomfortable. You don't
walked
stand
up.
up and be like, you know what, dude, I'm not really comfortable. I gotta go, or just walk out. Like you stayed and watched it like this.
Exactly. These are grown women. Like,
Dave, I have to disagree with you with your Me Too, my ass comment because
Get
I
'em.
definitely believe in Me Too because I know and I understand firsthand why somebody wouldn't come forward right away and why it would take them years and years to come forward and why they might come forward now with whatever's going on. So
It might be
I
easier to
agree.
go with the
Me Too, my
flow.
ass comment.
no. Hold on though.
It might
because-
be easier to go with the flow when you have to come out and say I'm not the only one that has to say something. Absolutely, for a lot of people.
Here's the problem with the Me Too movement. It became something else. It stopped becoming about women's rights and just became about just destroying men in general. It became about making men feel shitty just for being men, just for being masculine. Just like, look at the Boys Will Be Boys commercial. Yeah. Guys fuck around and monkey around and horse around. And
Girls say some
and
fucked
fight
up shit,
and
too.
wrestle. And now we're meant to feel bad about this? Why? Why can't men be men and women be fucking? When no one's going, you shouldn't be a woman like that. You shouldn't, cook or clean or
Excuse me.
that makes women look bad. So I don't know what you do. You're raising your kids, and women shouldn't be acting that way. And that's fucking crazy. Like men are men, women are women. You should now try to change.
There's a line of disrespect. No one should be going, hey, baby, let me stick my dick in your face.
Of
But
course.
when you walk by, if someone was like, you're beautiful, I always turn and go, thank you, and I keep walking.
But that's what the Me Too thing stopped becoming about victimized women, and it started becoming this man hate movement. That's why men now look at it and go, fuck you movement. And a lot of them were opportunists who just went in there and were like, I want to be part of this. And it's like, but nothing happened to you. And then some of them made shit up. And then you had someone like Asia Argento, who was one of the front people of this fucking thing, and it turns out she fucking raped a minor. So it's like, you're going to sit here and try to start this whole movement when you fucked a kid.
I think everybody has their own crosses to bear. Everybody has their closet. Everybody has their secrets. Everybody has done. There's nobody that's ever perfect. I've never been perfect with my words or things that I've said before, too. And I'm sure nobody in this room could say, I never said anything offensive. However, going through life now, I am conscious of jokes that I would make or things I would say because I don't want to offend anybody.
Yeah.
Also, though,
Sometimes I do.
and that's why we level each other out. They love me so much that they don't get mad at you. Although, I would like to sometimes make a joke, and I'm like, oh, it's so annoying not to be able to just say something funny.
Like when we were watching The Boy Who Could Fly, the things I was saying privately,
Well, he was voiceovering.
I would
love
be
that
I would be murdered
He was
if the public heard the things I was saying.
I wanted to record him, but I also did not because
well, I told her that no, you can't because what I'm saying, I was saying the crazy.
we have to
shit.
watch it together. That's
But
all I'm going to say.
we were laughing. I mean, gut wrenching,
So
laughing.
hard.
Yeah.
So hard because the things he came out with, I was like, oh my God, they should totally say that. It's such a funny movie.
I want to address Scott one more time. Louis C.K.'s stand-up is amazing. If you didn't see it, watch it. It's fucking hilarious. It's
funny.
raw. It's not politically correct, and that's exactly what Louis is. So anyone who's criticizing his new stand-up, then clearly you've never watched the man before.
What did
and
he
you don't-
say during the show when he was like, let's get this out of the way? You already know. What was the sentence he said? I was like, oh shit. When he was about to tell everybody about how he jerks
in
off.
the very beginning where
Yeah.
he teased everybody.
Yeah.
And I think he was talking about the word retarded, I believe,
okay.
right? Is that when he got into the retarded thing?
No, it was right before he started talking about him jerking off in front of women that it was his thing. And he was like, all right, guys, now, do you want to talk about it?
Oh, yeah.
He was like, do you want to talk about it? And they were like, yeah. And he was like, might as well tell you. You already know what I do.
Yeah.
So
And that was basically the brunt of his joke was, the worst part of it is that you guys now know what I like sexually.
Yes.
He's like, I don't know what any of you like sexually, but now you know what I like sexually, and you judge me off of that.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
Like, it was an amazing special. Louis is always funny. Every one of his specials are funny. And Scott, I see you said I regret paying for it, and I'm going to have to give you a no good on that because... For one, Louis needs to be supported right now, and people need to see that there are people out there that support this guy, and he got fucking railroaded. And for two, when it comes to Louis, especially this special, I don't think if you're a fan of comedy and you're a fan of Louis, stealing it is fucked up. This guy needs his fans' support right now. So paying for it is the way to go. Please don't steal his stand-up. Go to his website, louisck.com, and pay. It's $8. $8 $8. It's
Yeah.
not a lot of fucking money, and you will laugh your balls off the entire time.
Now, let me say this really quick. My husband loves jerking off in front of me. He loves it. I get it. We get in the room to go to bed. I'm not even fucking joking. We get in the room to get into bed. My back is to him because I'm sitting on the bed taking my socks off, taking my clothes off, getting ready. And I turn around within seconds. He's butt naked. His hair is in all direction because he took his hat off, and he is just like, you're so fucking hot. That is how it happens. Like, I think that is hot, and I wouldn't think it was a weird thing for a guy or my husband to jerk off. So for them to use that bothered me. It's not like he fucked them. He didn't stick his dick in their mouth. He didn't put it on their shoulder like, what's his face said?
Who was that, Tom
No
Segura?
shirt.
Oh, Bert Kreischer.
He
yes,
walks
yes.
over and he goes, guys, I got it out of the way. My wife's sitting on the couch. He goes, and I walk by and I just put my dick right on her shoulder. And she looks and goes, what the fuck? And he goes, I put my dick on your shoulder. That should be a part of, like, if you like doing it, you like doing it. I don't know why people get so
If it's consensual
crazy. Yeah.
and a guy's doing that you should take that as a flattering gesture. Because you're hot enough where you don't need to even touch me, and I could just look at you and
We have
get
Seinfeld
aroused.
on, and he's looking at me. He's rock hard. Seinfeld's laughing. Kramer's on, and he's just like, "You're so fucking hot."
Yeah,
I
and
love
if I was
that.
a girl, I'd be like, "Wow,
Wow, look how
this
it turned.
is great."
Yeah, he could watch anything he wants, and he's looking at me.
Yeah.
True story. So I don't know. I'm not saying nay to those chicks. We like Louis C.K. here. Speaking in the sexual manner, and we know how funny my husband can be at night. I hope you guys are ready for this. Okay, so here we are after a fun night of great sex and jerking off on his wife. We're laying in bed, and my husband goes, "Babe, write this down." Now, when he says that, I immediately grab my phone. Even my eyes are closed. I grab my phone, I open up my notes, and I go, "Go." And he says, well, when you're having sex, sometimes you're having sex with a girl, and if the air gets in, if they're too wet or whatever, they can queef, they make noises, whatever it is, right? And I'm like, yeah, I know that. He goes, what sound would a penis have if it had a sound?
That's right.
And I was like, what do you mean, what sound would a penis?
Like when it came.
Like
yeah.
when it would come, would there be a sound? And he goes, oh, would
Yeah.
that be a sound? So
type thing. Like what do you think it would be?
I agree with Jess what she said.
right. So
Like
so I said what would be the best sound is as the cum is coming out, if it was like squeezing the top of a balloon and it's like
imagine how like
Like it's
unattractive that would be.
deflating.
Like every guy when
Like,
he came, that was the sound.
it's like deflating balloon.
How much that would take you? Like as a woman, you would be like, oh, "This is
think I
the
would
worst."
die.
Like, and
I
you
don't
would-
know what the- I would be
well,
like, what the
maybe
fuck is that?
because with a sound like that, you would have to assume there's some kind of vibration coming. So maybe if the vibration in your vagina would like be kind of
Rub-
nice, also it would kind of like be a
It would be like
payoff. But like I picture it like if the dick had a sound, like your pee hole would kind of have to be like a little mouth, I would think. And I picture a Little Shop of Horrors when it's still
Going, feed me.
no, when it's still little Audrey.
Right.
And the blood, the first time, and it's going before it even spoke. You remember that?
Yeah, so-
I would picture your dick hole would kind of have a mouth like that.
And I go,
Yeah.
that's really fucking
But then when you
funny.
come, it's like more aggressive, like
Oh,
yeah.
so you're like coming, it's shooting out, go.
Because I don't
my
think the sound
God.
would stay. I think it would be like on exit. The sound would come. So like you shoot a little, and it's like a.
Oh my God! Yes, do that again.
Like I don't think it would be like a type thing.
Yeah.
I think it would be like, like a quick like as it's shooting out one sound, and then the next string comes, and
And
another one.
instead of those noises, we get this when they finish.
Yeah.
But it's the penis. Instead of the man making the noise, it's the penis going.
What I like to say to Jess is, I've just deposited my love snot in you.
Oh, I fucking hate that word. I hate love
I
snot.
just deposited a huge amount of love snot inside
Well,
of
what
you.
it actually happened is one time I didn't want it inside because I was walking around all day, so I was like, just come on my back. And he was like, he comes and he goes, oh, I fucking love snot all over your back. And I was like, what the fuck? What is that? Love snot.
Love snot.
Yuck.
Think about it. It's kind of like snotty, but it's your love snot. Comes from your wiener.
Comes from your what?
Your wiener.
Comes from your wiener.
Comes from your wiener. And if you're seeing it, it's love snot.
That is so fucking gross.
It's a good term.
Everybody, Gina seconded my balloon. I appreciate that second on the balloon. Super Soka, love
gonna
snot.
say balloon.
Feed me Seymour. Oh my God. Battleship cannon. I don't know about that one. Imagine it was like boom.
Let me. I don't think you're bothered by this word, but moist.
I'm a
Moist.
baker, so I use the word all the time.
Yeah, why are girls like
I don't
bothered
know.
with that? But a lot of them, right? Like, you know, that's a thing, right?
Yeah, moist and panties or underwear.
What?
I never heard that
I don't-
one.
Wait,
Yeah.
moist is a problem to women?
A
Yeah.
lot of women, for some reason, the word moist, they don't like it.
Moist, moist, moist.
What would they rather? Wet,
I don't know,
sopping,
but that, for some
Slap
reason,
bucket.
you know,
mop sock,
dripping buckets,
dripping buckets.
pussy dripping like Niagara
Moist.
Falls.
Your pussy's moist. Your moisture.
It's like a gutter on the side of the house when it's
Ew,
raining
it's like a rain
in
gutter.
a thunderstorm.
Oh my God, rain gutter, thunderstorm. Okay, so let's go into this since we're in the area. Queen and Slim.
Good movie.
And
We talked about that.
no, we did not.
Yeah, we did.
No, this is a new one. This is from after.
Phil the Promoter, you watched last week. Did we talk about Queen and Slim and how sex scenes in movies are pointless? And
No,
Clean and slim.
no, we didn't.
I'm pretty sure we did.
I'm positive.
Well, Phil watches every show. Phil, remind me if we did or not. But even if we didn't, I guess we'll get into it. But I could have sworn we did.
You might have talked about it with Richie, but you did not talk about it with me.
But in Queen and Slim, it's a good movie, by the way, too. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. It's about this black couple. They get into a situation with a cop. They kill the cop. Yeah, see, Phil says, I think so.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But, yeah, so where she wanted to go with this is that movies...
Well, there was a sex scene with them fucking in the
and
car.
it was like a hardcore type of... For a regular movie?
You seen? I mean, his ass into her, like pushing. He was fucking. They were naked in a car on the side of a
They were
road.
Probably really fucking.
Well, I don't know. But either way,
I
like...
think they were. Some
there's-
scenes you can't avoid it.
Billy Bob was really fucking what's her face in Monster.
No, that's a myth.
Speak moistly to
Yeah, they
me.
were
I
both
love
married
that
at
guy.
the time.
It don't matter.
Of course it does. That's a myth. That's a myth. That's not a real
Wait,
thing.
what's the myth?
I've heard Billy Bob talk about that scene. He wore like a thing. There was like a sock thing that these people wear.
Dude, I don't know. Some of them, if they're single, I don't see why they wouldn't be like, you know what, just fuck me to be real.
Because, I don't know, now you're like kind of prostitute and it's like a
Well, for
porno
millions
now.
of dollars, I mean, if the shoe fits.
And I mean, have you seen Billy Bob? Would you want to fuck him?
No, I wouldn't fuck Billy Bob
If
Thornton.
I was Billy Bob, like after I came and if the girl didn't, I would just be a dick all the time and only do the Carl voice from Sling Blade. You've never seen
No.
Sling Blade, have you?
Sling Blade?
Yeah, it's where he plays this kind of like dim-witted fucking guy who gets released from prison and befriends a little boy and talks like this. And he's always out there fried taters and
So how would your voice be when you came?
no, I'm saying after just to get the girl like completely out of the mood and be like, I just came all over you. Are you still into this? You still want to fuck or what? Because I want some fresh fried taters.
Oh my God, I would totally throw up.
He sounds
I would
like
throw up.
But
Like,
Sling Blade's really good. We should watch that one
Disgusting.
night. Really fucking good movie.
Maybe we will. Maybe we will. Right now, let's get off the sex for a few minutes, and I want to just throw out a quick. You're an amazing and courageous person to somebody. Okay, so I've read this. There was Hooked on the Look. Okay, on like Instagram, you click it and you go on. So there is this girl. Her name is Caitlin DeBro. Caitlin DeBro. When she was 19 years old, she was away at college and she contracted bacterial meningitis, which is something that attacks your skin, your limbs, your body, in all areas, and you have to cut shit off. Like otherwise, it just goes everywhere and you die. Okay, so she gets this bacterial meningitis, and she's put into the hospital, and they had to cut off both arms, both legs, and on her face. Because of this disease, it eats away at your skin. So it was eating away at her face, and she didn't really know what to do. So I'll post the story so everybody can see. This is what she looked like before.
Okay.
Okay, this is before.
Not a bad looking girl.
No, not at all. Not a bad looking girl at all. 19 years old. I mean, she was living her life. And then this was after.
Ah!
Rocky. Jerk. This was after.
Yeah, she's
So
all
you
fucked
can
up.
see her body is like, well, I'm going to post it again. Her body looks like she had burns everywhere. Look like her whole body is burned.
It's like
so
scars. And,
bad scars. And so she started doing this makeup tutorial on, Nicole, look, on like Instagram and stuff. She started
That's
doing
cool.
makeup and stuff. And then she also started doing her own makeup, which I want to just say for everybody who feels like they hate their life, things are the worst, you need to look her up and read her story. I mean, she walks around with prosthetic legs on, but she has no left arm at all. She has a right arm till about mid to before elbow.
So it's useless.
She puts on makeup with that, with a fake tool that attaches, and she put. I mean,
Was she like Captain Hook type thing?
it does look kind of like a hook,
Like
but
Buster-
it grabs.
Buster Bluth?
But it grabs stuff. Now look at her face with makeup on.
Yeah, pretty.
You don't see anything. So her name is Caitlin DeBro, and you can look her up. It's let me just make sure it's right, the spelling, so everybody can look. I want to send her. You are an amazing. She's in Southern California. You're an amazing, inspirational person. As me and my 20-year-old watched it, we thank God for everything we have and everything in our lives. And I think a lot of people who are crying wolf right now about their lives should take a look at someone like that and say, "Thank God I could fucking walk."
Yeah, but the problem is with people, like, they'll look at that and go, oh, yeah, that sucks. And then 2 seconds later, forget about it and never think about it again. Like, most people aren't kind people, and they don't give a shit about anyone but themselves. Even seeing something like that, like me, I go, I sympathize with that, and but I'll never think of this woman ever again. Like, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's just like I got my own shit going on. You know, type of thing.
And of course, I'm not trying to say that I want my kids to walk around, oh my God, and sad about it, but to take a minute to be grateful and to live in a grateful moment for what we have is so important.
But I'm also not a poor me person either.
No, you're not. But at any moment, your life can change, and it could be something so drastic and so horrible that you now forever, she lives like this. And I'm, God, her heart. You know what I'm saying?
And
like
people like her, I feel the worst for that. Like when you're born with it, like I feel bad for you, but that's been your life. Like that's all
adapted.
That's all you know. When you had a normal life, and now all of a sudden at 20-something years old, you lose
19.
all your limbs and half your face.
She was
and
19.
Like that is fucking like people who go blind like 30 years later. Like that's fucking the worst.
She had like 50 surgeries. And every time they were taking things off, they had to go shorter and shorter because it was just. I look and go, a fucking God bless, and you're a fucking inspiration. And anybody who looks her up, make sure that we always just send love. I just send love to everybody. I mean, God, I'm so lucky.
Yeah, she takes care of that for us.
Am I praying?
Yeah, the love stuff and the nice people stuff, and she makes up for all the.
What do you have after
horrible,
this?
terrible things I
gave
say
my
and
4
think
out so
about.
far, and I have to come up with something else. So I think that was great. Oh, also, one more person I want to shout out. I'm going to get to Twitter now, so I say the name right. His name is Bill. Blah, blah, where is he? Bill. His name is Bill Pulte. Pulte. Bill Pulte. Josh, you know what I'm talking about because you're on there too with him. He is a person who I guess has money. He's check marked, so he's official. He's giving away $100, $200, $300, $400 like this. He's like, what's your PayPal? He's giving away money to so many people all over the place. I mean, he's got 76.8 thousand reshares and tweets on some of these things. So he's like really making a movement. So I had wrote.
Well, his bio says he's the inventor of Twitter.
Well, maybe he is. The inventor of Twitter philanthropy.
Oh, okay.
Giving money, food, and rent to people in need.
Okay.
He was literally just like, I had said in a message that he'd send somebody some money, $300 for bills and food and stuff. And I wrote, what you're doing is so beautiful and so amazing. Like, you're a great person, and there needs to be more people like you. And he wrote me back, what's your PayPal? I wrote back because this is who I am. I was like, I don't have a PayPal, and I'm not looking for you to send me money. I just want you to know that I know what you're doing, and I think it's beautiful. And he liked it, and then he just started following me on Twitter. But it's an amazing thing to see when people have money and they go, what do you need? What do you got? What do you need? And he did like all these things on the news and stuff to people, saying to them, like, while we're sitting here going, I'm cool, I'll just sit in my house, everybody else is fucking dying out there. And he's like, I'm going to be there for these people. I mean, it's just a beautiful thing. And I just wanted to shout him out because he deserved it.
A great guy. Love him.
Yeah.
I got a funny story that I want to tell.
There's a few of them out there.
Yeah, it's true.
It's a high school story. When I was in high school, this was in South. So this was either 9th or 10th grade. I don't remember the exact year. But before school, me, Taylor, Jimmy, and my friend Mike, we would all meet up at we called it when did South start? 7 o'clock.
It's hurting my ear.
About that,
All right, so we called it 650. Like, we would call each other the night before and be like, yo, 650. So we knew, go over in between Gate Lot and South, and we would smoke before school.
What, at the pit?
No. There was, the gateway
street?
between the back of Gate Lot and South?
Oh, yes.
We would go over there. There was a little wooded area, and we would
Got it.
smoke, and then go into class. So me and Mike had first period Italian. Not Taylor, another Mike.
Mm-hmm.
We had first period Italian together. So we do 650, we smoke, we go into school. We walk into Italian class, and the teacher decides to play a movie that day. Also, the teacher decides, I'm going to sit with the kids. So now it's, regular rows, but that it's me, the teacher, Richie, Jared's cousin Richie for reference.
Got
you know
it.
what I'm talking
Yep.
about now?
Yep.
Richie, and then across from the teacher this way, Mike. So now we're sitting there and we're like, fuck, we stink. We reek of fucking weed, and she's sitting right there with us, and the movie starts, and it's about like 10, 15 minutes into it, and all of a sudden the teacher goes, now, mind you, Richie was not with us. Richie, you reek of marijuana. Were you smoking?
Oh, my God.
At the time, Richie didn't even smoke.
Yeah.
Like, he was straight edge as fuck.
Yeah.
So me and now my other friend, Mike, we turn around and go, wow, Rich, that's kind of fucked up. So he's sitting there. He's like, are you kidding me? I don't even smoke weed. And she's like, Richie, you stink of marijuana. Get up and go to the principal's office.
Oh,
So
my God.
He gets up, goes to the principal's office. By the time he gets out, class is over. You know what I mean? He didn't get in trouble. But me and Richardi completely, said his last name, but me and Mike completely threw him under the bus and just turned around and were like, Rich,
dare
wow,
you.
dude, that's not cool. It's first period. What are you doing? You drug addict? Like, completely just were like, we're throwing you under this bus hardcore. Just completely let him fucking sink with it.
That's so funny. I didn't smoke weed until after school. I never smoked weed till maybe 17.
But you know what?
I was 13 first time I smoked weed.
If I'm being honest, if it was anyone but Richie, and I'm not saying I did this because I dislike this person, I did it because he's that good of a friend that we
Yeah.
knew he didn't do anything wrong. He wasn't going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we were doing it like knowing that, dick, like, got you. Like that type
Oh.
of thing. So for anyone who's like, wow, what an asshole. No, it was like one of those buddy things.
Of
where
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, call
Well,
spade a spade.
I was an asshole with other people in high school, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I don't believe that at all. You were such a nice guy. Fuck.
Boy, oh boy.
He was the biggest. He was, and honestly, that was not even that he was fresh because he never would say anything, but that was the thing. He would not even, I'd be like, hey, what's up? And he'd look at me like,
Well,
so anyway.
You're, yeah, you're a lucky one then, because no, I was definitely a fucking loudmouth asshole.
You were not mean. Neither was anybody else that was part of your crew. I was
The
friends
thing
with
was,
everybody.
though, like, here's the thing. The people that said I was a dick or an asshole were just people that I, like, would dismiss as, like, I don't care about you either way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that was more or less the situation. The people I fucked with, I was loyal as shit, and, I was a great
Of
friend to these
course,
people.
yes, you're always loyal. Yeah.
And even, like, not people I hung out with all the time. Like, I had a very vast, big group of varying
How
different
vast?
groups that I would hang out with. So I wasn't only hanging out
Vast.
with...
It was vast.
No, but like, my friends now. They're from all over.
Yeah,
like,
of
it's not
course.
just this one core
Not the same-
group.
yes, of course.
I was able to bounce around to any group and hold my own and hang out with them,
Yes.
where a lot of people can't do that shit. Like, you're going to feel like an outsider. You're going to be like, oh, this is weird. I don't
Right.
And it not be like, one night I'd be hanging out with Taylor and all my friends. The next night I'd be hanging out with Andy, Ben, and Pierre and all them. The next
Right.
night I'd be hanging out with Diaz and all. Like, I was always just...
Let's put it this way. You never heard about Rocky meeting at the flagpole, okay? Nobody
Right.
wanted to fight with Rocky.
But if I was a dick,
Sorry.
though, like, I was a dick usually for a reason. Like, there was never just a malicious part of it. It was either you rubbed me the wrong way, or I saw something about you that I was like, you rubbed me the wrong... Like, I just don't want to fuck with you. Like, you suck
You
as a
suck.
person.
You suck.
Yeah.
You know what? It's so funny because I was friends also with all walks of life. I had different groups of people. I was friends with the freaks and geeks and the goth. And I was friends with the homies and the metalheads. I had friends everywhere too. The homies, I'll say, instead of wiggers, they're wiggers. We used to call them the wiggers
Yeah.
because they'd be wearing their pants low. And I'm like, bro, you're like Eminem. Get a life.
I mean, no, it was more like a Mobb Deep thing back then.
I saw that.
Like Mobb Deep and Wu-Tang. So
It
what?
blanked.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, either way, I was friends with all these people too, but, Rocky might have been fresh. I had a hand problem like nobody's business. hand problem. And it wasn't, I never started a fight ever. I never walked by and was like, yeah, never. It was always people saying things to me, and like after a while I had enough because I was different. I'd wear fishnet stockings, combat boots, and then like I'd wear like a hoodie sweatshirt because that's what I wanted to fucking wear. Like they were just, and because I was, you know,
But you were in a lot of positions where you had to.
Yeah,
Where
that's what I'm saying. It came to me.
I got into a handful of fights like in school, but they were very like broken up, and like it wasn't often because it was just our crew where it was like.
But it looks fine there, so I think we're all right.
Yeah, we should be all right. It was just our crew where it was like, no, you don't want to do that. Like you don't, any one of us.
I never had a crew, and that's what it was. They would come at me because I was always one that was like, I don't need anybody behind me. I had my dad, who was a 6th degree black belt, was 250 pounds, that definitely put his hands on me when I misbehaved.
But
no bitch in school, 80 pounds is going to do shit. I was like, what, you want, you two, and your sister? I'm into it.
One fight in school where I was the one who initiated it, and I got thrown out of school for like a month and a half for it.
But girls don't like really roll that way either. Like guys roll that way. So like you know my pack, my main core pack. There was always at least 5 to 7 of us at all times. So and it's not like we were straight up people. Like if you were to fight, we would never jump anybody.
No.
We were always you shoot the head up. That was our.
It was just more intimidating when you saw someone with more people.
It was like fuck. Like now if I start this with this group, like and we were assholes. Like if you fucked with us. Like we're gonna make you remember that you fucked with us, so you never want to do it again. Like
well,
no
because
matter
you had one person specifically in your crew.
No, but not even like,
but
not even beating people up. Just like letting you know, oh, you're here and you think this is your spot. No, now we're here, and we're gonna make you uncomfortable until we take over your spot and get the fuck out of here. No, but like it was more of that thing of showing you like you fucked with the wrong ones. Like you might because we were short in stature, so people took that like as like a
you were like
cute
little short guys.
So we also had that chip on our shoulder where we were like, yeah, you might think that, but we'll fucking clean house, you fucking cocksuckers.
Clean house cocksuckers.
Yeah, so you know.
I had one situation where I'm gonna put it out there because it was an experience I'll never forget. I've never actually felt getting into a fight that like I was going to be killed, okay? But I got kicked out of Sachem school districts and I was expelled, so I had to go to another school. I ended up in some type of Rose Pelletier, Madonna Heights situation because of my fighting, and I was put into Deer Park High School. Now, if anybody knows Deer Park High School, I was probably one of 15 white people in the school. No. Okay, it was mostly Puerto Rican and blacks, and I'm the whitest of the white. And at the time, I was like in my freak mode, so I would be wearing all my shit, and I walked through the halls, and I knew that there was people going, who the fuck is this bitch? It was like my 4th day of school. I'm not even kidding. And my friend Cherie that I lived with had cut my hair. So my hair was like long, and then she cut it real short, and it was like spiky and short. So I went into school, and I'm walking down the hall, and I'm like, I go to the bathroom. So I go into the bathroom. When I went in, no one was in there. I'm like, cool. But I felt uncomfortable. And I come out of my stall. Now, again, I'm 5'2", if I'm lucky. I'm 100 and whatever pounds, 110 pounds. And these 2 girls come in who they looked like they could play basketball. And I was like, oh, fuck. And the one girl was like, so what the fuck? Who are you? Why are you walking down the hall like you do something? And I was like, I don't even know who you are. I'm not trying to fight with you. I just started school here. And with that, the girl grabbed me. I was like so fast. She like grabbed me, like yoked me up. And I didn't know what to do. So I kind of reached, and you know those old metal fold down paper towel holders in the school? Yeah. I just reached, I grabbed the paper, and it like came off the fucking wall, and I fucking hit this girl so hard that her friend was like, what? So she goes to grab me. I still have this metal thing in my hand. I beat the shit out of these 2 girls with this thing. I had not a fucking mark on my body. And they were swinging.
The second story you have when you beat up 2 girls at the same time.
They were swinging. And I'm like, I just remember thinking, they're going to kill me. And I walk out of the bathroom, and I'm not kidding. There was like blood everywhere. Not these girls weren't laid out. They were up. They were ready. And the principal, it was the craziest fight I've ever had. But from that day, nobody fought me in school anymore. I don't know if it was the paper towel holder or the fact that I was so little.
Well, that's kind of like the jailhouse thing where you walk in and you fight the biggest person.
Had to do
and
it.
Nobody fucks with you. You know what I mean? So like even with like the bully thing, that's how you get rid of a bully. How do you get rid of a bully? You
shut him up.
But even if you don't, you fight him head up, and 9 out of 10 times that guy's gonna respect you that you shot the head up.
Even if you lost.
And he'll probably not fuck with you anymore.
Right.
He'll probably just be like, it's not worth it. We fought. What else is there?
Right.
There's nothing. And like I said, 9 out of 10 times after a fight, you usually become cool with the person you fought with. At least guys do.
Right.
Girls hold grudges for life, but guys
That's not true. We've had some men's. We've had some men's over the years. Not everybody holds grudges like that. But in that position, like, that's how things used to go down back in the day. Now you hear of like 20 people jumping on somebody and putting them in the hospital. I'm like, bitch, why can't you just head it up?
There was that 15-year-old girl recently in the Bronx. She was on the corner and like 20, 30 kids beat the shit, boys and girls, beat the shit out of her, stole her shoes. And I'd look at that and I go, you fucking cowards. Like, this is all because most likely one person has a beef with this.
Right.
And that one person got everybody riled up to fucking now have a mob.
Yeah.
And,
because they don't want to do it
alone.
alone.
And that one person's probably the one standing off on the side just going, yeah, get him, and not doing shit.
It's kind of crazy, actually. I was never that person. I don't do groups.
We've actually stopped people from getting jumped, my crew. Like, we would like step in and be like, nah, that's not going down like that. If you want to fight, shoot the head up. Otherwise, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's just not right.
Like, no, it's pussy.
And nobody really has the right to put their hands on anyone. No. But in that moment of, I tell my children, arm's length. So as far as you can put your arm, that is how close someone is allowed to be to you. If they come within your space, I expect for you to fucking defend yourself. And if you feel uncomfortable, you punch that motherfucker right in the throat. End of story. Do never feel like they need to hit you first. No, because that one hit could be the end.
Yeah.
So no, I say arm's length. And if I tell my children, if you didn't start it, I will stand next to you until the end of time. I find out you're picking on somebody, you're fucking coming home to me.
Here's the best way to rationalize that, and you're absolutely right with what you're saying, arm's length, because the second now you come in my space and you like step forward, it's going to be an aggressive gesture. So I am defending myself because I don't know if you're about to hit me. I don't know if you have a knife in your hand. I don't know what you're going to do, but you've now entered my space. This, from my fingertips to here, is my fucking space. And once you enter that, now you're putting me at risk. And my reaction is on you. It's not on me.
Absolutely.
Like, if you're getting in my face, I don't know if you're about to headbutt me or fucking punch me or bite my cheek. I don't know what the fuck you're going to do. And I'm not taking that fucking chance. Fuck that.
Absolutely. It's kind of hard these days, because kids all run in crews. So, I try to tell my kids a couple of little tips here and there. Their grandfather was a karate master, so I know a few things that I could do that would knock somebody on their fucking feet and they won't get up. And I'm not trying to say I'm all muscles, but throat, kneecap. The best is when they come at you, because if I literally, the littlest pressure on your kneecap will pop at the opposite direction and your motherfucking ass is down. That's where I'm going, because I'm little. Yeah. So call it what you will, but if I punch someone in the face, they're going to go, what the fuck was that? You know what I mean? Especially if they're way bigger. Kneecap and throat is where I always went first. And, or trap or keeper or metal thing off the wall, whatever.
Well,
I have to survive.
I told my oldest daughter, and Jess knows this from personal experience, as a girl, if you literally, this is all you need to learn, know how to throw a punch. You will win every fight you're in. If you know how to fucking actually fight like a man, to put it in layman's terms, and hold your hands the right way, and how to actually throw a punch and make it effective and not swing like the girls do. If that bitch comes in on you and you know how to fucking throw a punch and you two-piece a bitch, it's over that fast. No girl is getting punched in the face two-piece and being like, I still want more of this.
Absolutely.
I lost a fight in high school.
Absolutely.
That time when I was jumped.
Yeah.
And that's because it was just me and like 10 fucking girls.
Because girls don't take the time to learn it. Like, most guys should, most guys don't. Like, I watch guys fight. But even the men, I watch guys fight on the internet, and I'm like, look at this kid. He's fucking swinging from back here. Like, I would fucking light these people up because they don't know what they're doing. They have no idea how to actually fight. And I'm not saying I'm a prize fighter, but I've been in a gym before. I've been in a boxing gym. I've been in an MMA gym. I know how to handle myself. I know the right way to stand, the right way to throw a punch, the right way to block, the right way to parry. Like, I know all this shit. So as a girl, if you learn that simple thing of 1-2, you will win 10 out of 10 fights, most likely, unless you come across another girl who knows that.
Yeah.
But
well, like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, right? Brad Pitt, the guy fucked up his tire. He looked at him, he goes, change it, fix it. He goes, no, I'm not fixing it.
This is my friend's car, fix it.
He just walked. Literally, no, You're not gonna fix it? No problem. He like walked towards it and pop, right in his
Punched him
fucking
right in the
face.
face.
Right in his
Such
as
a
hard
great
as he
scene.
could, you just see like crack. And because your arm's so bony too, like, bro, my knuckles are they're horrible. They're
Yeah,
so
she's
bony.
got bony knuckles.
You hit someone, his teeth immediately shot out of his mouth, blood was everywhere. And I was like, that's somebody who's letting you know. Why talk about it?
Yeah.
Nothing to talk about. You're not going to fix it, no problem. And then he tells these people coming to help, he's like, one more fucking step, I'll knock his teeth out of his fucking mouth.
Yeah.
And we were like, ah!
Did you see that yet?
Such a good movie.
So good. And that
So good.
scene, he goes to Spawn Ranch where Charles Manson had his whole little crew. Not little. That's where his whole like family, I throw up quotes, stayed. They took over. This is a real thing. They took over this old
Which
movie
one is
studio.
Nicole's? Make her a little louder.
There.
Okay.
It's an old movie studio. So they like took it over, and he goes there, and they're all there, and it's tense because you don't know. He's by himself, and there's probably 30 to 40 people there.
Yeah.
And some of them men, some of them women, but either way, you don't know if they have guns, knives, and he just didn't give a fuck, and he hits this kid, and he literally gets lifted off his feet. My favorite part, though, is when he grabs his fucking hair.
Right.
And then looks at him and goes,
Hit
what?
2 or 3
Fix
times.
it.
Yep.
And he
punches
goes
him
out
quite
and
a few
grabs all
times.
the shit, and he goes, it's my friend's car, you fucking
He's
fix
like,
it.
he's gonna be pretty fucking upset if he gets the car back like that. You're gonna fucking fix it, and he fixed it.
The more I watch that movie, because it's been on Stars lately, the more I fall in love with it. It's becoming one of my favorite Tarantino movies.
He's a great actor.
Well, Brad Pitt, yeah.
I fucking love Brad Pitt
But
as an actor.
Tarantino's a great movie maker. That man knows how to make
He
a
makes
fucking
good movies.
movie.
There's
really
some of them
does.
I don't like.
But like even Inglourious Bastards, it's a World War II movie. Jess has no business watching it. She watched it and enjoyed it.
I never watched that either.
It was the opening scene. Remember where he goes to the Frenchman's house?
Uh-huh.
And
Oh
the
my
Jews
God.
are under the floor.
Yes, I couldn't even. This movie had me glued because not that it was anything that was great to watch, but I was like, oh my, the acting.
But they get you from the beginning.
Oh my
because
God.
The opening scene, Christoph Waltz plays a character called the Jew Hunter. He's a Nazi. And he's going around looking for Jews, and he hears people hiding them and whatever. So he goes to this guy's house, and you know the Jews are underneath the floor. And he's just being all casual and everything, and you're sitting there like this motherfucker.
And they're under the floor like
Like-
this, like, oh my God, because they're afraid to get caught. And they had him to a point where they were like, save yourself the problem.
Yeah, he starts speaking English, I think, so they don't understand him,
And
right?
he's like, and tell me where the fuck they are. And I was like, oh my God. And
Well, because he before he got there, he knew they were there. Like he wouldn't have went there. Like that's the type of guy he was.
yeah, he was a looker. He looked for these people all the time.
But Christoph Waltz, who plays this guy in that movie, he won the Oscar, I think, for it. He's fucking phenomenal. Like every scene he's in, you're so like on the edge of your seat, like fuck, because a lot of it is him trying to
Find
bust
people,
people.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And figure him out. And there's another part of the story with this girl, the one girl that got off in that scene in the beginning. They end up crossing paths again, and they're having like brunch together. He doesn't know it's her. She knows it's him. You know what I mean? And the whole time you're sitting there like, oh,
What's
fuck.
gonna happen?
He's gonna know. He's gonna fucking know, and it's so tense.
Yeah, it's
so
very
good.
tense. It's a good movie. It is definitely a good movie. What is that show we were watching recently that was like that? Hunters
Hunters.
Al
on
Netflix. Ooh.
Fucking phenomenal.
Whoa, another
Absolutely.
really good one. You
Set
need to
in,
watch.
New York 70s.
I've been watching
So
Happy.
good.
Oh, we like Happy.
First season was great. Second season, I didn't
fell
care
off.
for.
I fell off the second
Yeah.
season, but it was definitely a good.
My feelings.
No, I went a couple episodes into, and I was like, it's not the same.
It's not because you're over it. You're over this cute little
It
thing
took
flying
me, like,
around.
A whole episode to get into it because the first episode I was like, Zach was watching it and he got me watching. I was like,
Yeah,
oh
it's
my
weird.
God.
She did the same thing.
He
I
was-
was
I said,
watching
I'm like,
it.
what the
She
fuck
comes
is
in from the
this?
kitchen. She's like, "What the fuck are you watching?" And I'm like, "I don't know. It's a show, Happy." I'm like, "I just found it." And then
It
2
was
minutes
fucking
later,
hysterical.
she's on the couch. We ended up watching like 5 episodes that night.
He's a great actor to begin
Chris
with.
Maloney's the man. I love
love-
Chris Maloney,
I love him in American Hot Summer.
Mm-hmm.
He is the chef.
the chef in Wet Hot American Summer.
Oh my God, dude! He
He's
talks
so
to a
fucking
can of
funny.
vegetables, so the can top pops when he's talking to it. He talks about like
I was in the
it-
Vietnam fucking war.
Yeah. Oh my!
You know,
It
but-
is so. What American Hot Summer? You ever seen it? Oh, that's
my-
another
really?
one.
Oh, that's one of my top comedies of all time. It's it's so fucking
I've
funny.
been like a big TV movie watcher.
I've always liked movies,
Yeah.
TV not so much.
Shit to fucking do.
But Wet Hot American, there's even a series on
You get married,
Netflix.
take the garbage out.
They have 2 seasons of it also on Netflix.
Yeah.
But Chris Maloney, the first time I ever saw him was in Oz. He played Chris Keller. He was the love interest of Tobias Beecher.
Oh, I don't like that show at all.
Oz is fucking one
I
of
was
the
not
best
into
shows
Oz
ever
at
made.
all. It bored me. I hated the guy's voiceover. I didn't want to hear him
Oz,
anymore.
The guy in the wheelchair.
There's a voiceover the whole
You don't want?
show.
You never seen Oz, the jail show on HBO?
Thank God you saved yourself.
HBO's like first like dramatic kind of hit.
I just
but-
can't stand his voice. I couldn't stand
No,
it.
it's such a good show. It really is.
Sons of Anarchy was dope.
Sons of Anarchy was dope, but
Ray Donovan, dope.
but fell off insanely. It's still going on. We don't watch it.
No, it fell off after the first season. I
No,
feel like
it was like the third or fourth. Where
they
it
are
fell
so
off.
powerful until you're just like, I'm not interested anymore. One that I'll never fucking do that to, Sopranos. We've watched it like
Greatest show of all time.
50,000 times, and I'll watch it over again.
Greatest show of all time.
I love it.
There's a new podcast with Christopher and Bobby Bacala.
Really?
They're doing every episode and they're discussing every single episode.
Oh my God, we
There's
gotta
like-
watch
There's
it.
like 3 or 4
I
out
wanna
there on
listen.
YouTube also because you could see them. But it's you could just listen to it either. It's
Oh,
on
yeah,
like
yeah,
your
yeah.
podcast things on your phone or whatever, wherever you get your podcast. It's also on there.
Yeah.
But it's fucking. I listened to the first one. It's so cool as a Sopranos fan to hear that.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks too because you're like, oh, I'd love for James Gandolfini to do this with them.
I know he was also not just a great actor, but they had done like a show where all of them had come to talk about it, and they were being questioned about the show, and every single one of them was like, you don't know what a man he was. He would call and check on his TV kids like they were his kids.
Like Jamie Lynn Sigler. I remember I saw this. I don't think we
Yeah,
saw it
we
together.
watched- yes, we did.
Did we?
Yep.
But Jamie Lynn Sigler, the one who played Meadow, he was like a father to me. Like he was like the cuddliest teddy bear, and he would check on me and make sure I
Yep.
was doing good in
They
school.
all said it, yeah.
And he was like this like amazing person.
Great guy.
And it's funny because you see someone like him as Tony Soprano and you're like, what a piece of shit, what a
Yeah.
monster. And in real life, he's the sweetest guy. And it was the same way with like Carol O'Connor, Archie Bunker. Like Archie Bunker, this racist, bigoted fucking character, but Carol O'Connor was the complete opposite of
Yeah.
what Archie Bunker was. And it's such a talent to be able to go from who you really are and become this complete
And then not
alter
staying that
ego.
character,
And
though.
yeah. And like Tony, you would think like some of that would rub off on you.
Yeah.
Being such a
Womanizer, he was fucking crazy, that guy.
yeah, and from what I know, he was a great husband, a great father. Yeah,
yeah.
he was just a great fucking
I'll
guy.
tribute to him because he was a great actor.
Yeah.
This time went kind of fast, but I'm appreciating the moment that we're done because I'm chilly and I want to go upstairs and get comfortable. I really appreciate that you were able to come tonight because I love you, and this is my best friend. If nobody knows, I fucking love her. And I love, of course, that my husband gang every fucking Tuesday. Gang, baby. Gang.
Yeah, Peter Criss was in the first season, I believe, of Oz. Entourage is cool, but it was one of those shows that I never, ever want to go back and watch ever again.
I never watched Entourage.
Like, I liked it when it was on. I liked it when I was watching it, but I never had an interest to be like, I need to go back and watch that. And then someone also wrote Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is another one where I watched it and I have
Phil
zero
wrote it,
interest
not
to
someone.
ever
It was
see
Phil.
it. Phil, sorry. And once it was done, I was like, all right, that was amazing. Breaking Bad, absolutely an amazing show, but has no rewatchability to me whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because once you know what happens, the suspense of it's gone.
Yeah.
Like it's completely just like, all right, well, I know where this is going. Where Sopranos, there's a huge comedic element to the Sopranos as much as the drama, in my opinion. So watching it, you're laughing a lot. You're picking up on little fucking things that you didn't see the first time around.
But also, though, when we go back, I forget. Like, I forget where we are. I'm like, oh, what happens next? Because I forget that's the episode, which I love because I loved watching it, but I'm still surprised sometimes. You know what I mean? I know,
at
like,
this
big
point,
moments, but the in-between, I forget.
At this point, if I read the synopsis of an episode, I can pretty much tell you everything that
Right.
goes on in that one. Like, I remember that show vividly at this point. It's like Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. But anyway, back to what I was saying. We love everybody. Shout out once again to Opie Radio. We fucking love him, and I will listen to him all the time to the end of time. He was great. And also to Bill Pulte on Twitter. I don't know how to say it. If I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. Bill Pult, whatever. Thank you for being an amazing human. And to everybody who's watching, I'm sending love, and I'm hoping that everybody's in a decent situation right now. This will pass, and we will fucking prevail. And we can't wait to see you next Tuesday. And that's it. Bye.